You are living inside a masterpiece of engineering, a self-healing, self-regulating biological marvel that performs millions of miracles before you even have your first cup of coffee. We are about to embark on a journey through the incredible landscape of the human body, uncovering 100 insane facts that will make you see yourself in a completely new light. Fact 1. Your brain's storage capacity is considered virtually unlimited. Estimates using modern neuroscience suggest it could be somewhere around 2.5 petabytes. To put that in perspective, that's enough to hold 3 million hours of high-definition television. You could leave a TV running continuously for more than 300 years and still have room to spare. Fact 2. The brain is incredibly power-hungry. While it only makes up about 2% of your body's total weight, it consumes a whopping 20% of your body's total oxygen and calories. It demands elite fuel for its elite performance. Fact 3. Information in your brain travels at different speeds. The fastest nerve impulses can zip along at over 260 miles per hour. That is faster than a Formula One race car at full throttle. Fact 4. Your brain is a fatty. Seriously. This powerful organ is nearly 60% fat, making it the fattiest organ in the body. So those healthy omega-3 fatty acids are not just a health trend, they are literal building blocks for your thoughts. Fact 5. The brain itself cannot feel pain. It has no pain receptors. This is why neurosurgeons can perform procedures on patients while they are awake. The brain can process the pain signals from your finger, but it can't feel a thing happening to itself. The windows to the world. Now, how does this incredible brain get its information? It uses a suite of high-tech sensors we call our senses, and they are far more powerful than you think. Fact 6. If your eye were a digital camera, it would have 576 megapixels. It's an incredibly high-resolution device, capable of distinguishing about 10 million different colors. Fact 7. Some people can actually see more colors than the rest of us. A rare condition called tetrachromacy, more common in women, gives a person a fourth type of cone cell in their eyes, allowing them to see an estimated 100 million colors. Fact 8. You blink approximately 15 to 20 times per minute. That doesn't sound like much, but when you add it all up, your eyes are closed for about 10% of your waking hours. Your brain just cleverly edits this out, so you perceive the world as a continuous, uninterrupted stream. Fact 9. Your sense of smell is the sense most closely linked to memory. Your olfactory bulb, which processes smells, has a direct link to the brain's limbic system, which includes the amygdala and hippocampus, regions related to emotion and memory. That's why a certain scent can instantly transport you back to a childhood memory. Your nose can remember 50,000 different scents. Fact 10. A sneeze can exit your body at speeds of up to 100 miles per hour. It's a powerful involuntary reset for your nasal system. And trying to hold in a sneeze of that force is a genuinely bad idea. Fact 11. If you were to take all of the blood vessels from an adult human, your arteries, capillaries, and veins, and lay them out in a single line, they would stretch for more than 60,000 miles. That's long enough to circle the Earth more than 2 times. Fact 12. Your heart is an incredibly powerful pump. It creates enough pressure when it beats to squirt blood a distance of 30 feet. Thankfully, your arteries keep it all contained. Fact 13. Over an average lifetime, the human heart will beat more than 2.5 billion times. It does this tirelessly, without ever taking a vacation or a day off, from before you are born until your final moments. Fact 14. Your capillaries, the smallest blood vessels, are so tiny that red blood cells have to line up in a single file to pass through them. It's a microscopic, highly organized traffic system happening inside you right now. Fact 15. Your body is a blood cell-making factory. Every single second, your bone marrow produces about 2 million new red blood cells. They go on a 120-day journey through your body before being replaced. Fact 16. Babies are born with more bones than adults. They start life with around 300 bones. As they grow, many of these bones, especially in the skull, fuse together, leaving an adult with 206 bones. Fact 17. Pound for pound, your bones are stronger than steel. A block of bone the size of a matchbox can support up to 9 tons of weight, which is 4 times more than concrete can handle. Fact 18. The smallest bone in your entire body is the stapes, located in your middle ear. It's only about 3 by 2.5 millimeters, roughly the size of a single grain of rice. It plays a giant role in your ability to hear. Fact 19. The strongest muscle in your body, based on its weight, is the masseter, your main jaw muscle. When working together, the jaw muscles can close the teeth with a force as great as 200 pounds. Fact 20. Your tongue is a unique muscle. Just like fingerprints, every single person has a unique tongue print. It's a marvel of flexibility and strength. Fact 21. Goosebumps are actually a leftover evolutionary trait. They are caused by tiny muscles called erector pili that flex and make each hair stand on end. For our furry ancestors, this would have trapped air to keep them warm or made them look bigger to a predator. For us, it's just a reaction to cold or strong emotions. Fact 22. It takes more muscles to frown than it does to smile. While the exact numbers are debated by scientists, the general consensus is that smiling is physiologically easier than frowning. It's your body's way of telling you to be happy. Fact 23. The acid in your stomach is incredibly powerful. It's hydrochloric acid, and it's strong enough to dissolve razor blades. Of course, this process would take some time, but it highlights the sheer corrosive power at work in your belly. Fact 24. So why doesn't your stomach dissolve itself? Because it's lined with a thick layer of mucus. Furthermore, the cells of the stomach lining replace themselves at an astonishing rate. You get a brand new stomach lining every 3 to 4 days. Fact 25. Your small intestine is not small at all. If you were to uncoil it, it would measure about 22 feet long on average. That's roughly the height of a 2-story building, all coiled up neatly inside your abdomen. Fact 26. The surface area inside that long tube is even more impressive. Thanks to millions of tiny finger-like projections called villi, the total surface area for absorption in your small intestine is about 2,700 square feet. That's the size of a tennis court. Fact 27. That rumbling sound your stomach makes is called borborygmi. And it doesn't just happen when you are hungry. It's the sound of your muscles in your stomach and intestines contracting to move food, liquid, and gas through your digestive tract. It's happening all the time. It's just louder when your stomach is empty because there's nothing to muffle the sound. Fact 28. You are a saliva-producing machine. Your mouth produces between 1 and 2 liters of saliva every single day. Over a lifetime, that's enough to fill 2 swimming pools. This saliva is critical for lubricating food, starting digestion, and keeping your mouth clean. Fact 29. Your liver is a true workhorse. It's one of the body's largest and most vital organs, performing over 500 different functions. These include filtering toxins from your blood, producing bile to help digest fat, and managing your body's energy supply. Fact 30. The liver has a near superpower, regeneration. It is the only organ in the human body that can regrow to its original size even if as much as 75% of it is removed. It's an incredible feat of self-repair. Fact 31. Your skin is your body's largest organ. In an average adult, it weighs about 8 pounds and covers an area of about 22 square feet. It's your first line of defense against the outside world. Fact 32. You are constantly shedding skin. Your body sloughs off about 30,000 to 40,000 dead skin cells every single minute. That adds up to about 9 pounds of skin cells every year. A large portion of the dust in your home is actually made of your old skin. Fact 33. Your skin is not just a barrier, it's a thriving ecosystem. It's home to more than 1,000 species of bacteria, comprising a community of trillions of individual microorganisms. This skin microbiome is essential for protecting you from harmful pathogens. It's the original social network. Fact 34. Your fingerprints aren't just for identification. The tiny ridges and valleys increase friction, giving you a better grip on objects, especially in wet conditions. They essentially act like tire treads for your fingers. Fact 35. Your skin has its own built-in sunblock. A pigment called melanin, which determines your skin color, absorbs and dissipates ultraviolet radiation from the sun, protecting the cell's DNA from damage. The more melanin, the more natural protection you have. Fact 36. Your entire outer layer of skin replaces itself approximately every 28 to 30 days. So, in a very real sense, the skin you have today is not the same skin you had a month ago. You are in a constant state of renewal. Fact 37. The thickness of your skin varies dramatically across your body. The thinnest skin is on your eyelids, measuring just 0.02 millimeters thick, while the thickest skin is on the soles of your feet, which can be up to 1.4 millimeters thick to withstand the pressure of walking. Fact 38. The average person takes about 20,000 breaths per day. That's over 7 million breaths a year. Most of this happens completely automatically, managed by a part of your brain that never sleeps. Fact 39. Your lungs are not identical twins. To make space for your heart, which is tilted slightly to the left, your left lung is smaller than your right lung. Fact 40. Similar to your intestines, your lungs pack an enormous surface area into a small space. If you could spread out all the tiny air sacs, called alveoli, they would cover an area roughly the size of, you guessed it, a tennis court. This massive area is what allows for efficient oxygen exchange into your blood. Fact 41. Here's a fun trick. You cannot hum while pinching your nose shut. Humming requires you to exhale air through your nose to create the sound. When you block the exit, you block the hum. Fact 42. We often think a yawn is a sign of tiredness or boredom, but one leading theory suggests it's a thermoregulatory behavior. A big yawn can act like a radiator, helping to cool down an overheated brain. Fact 43. You glow in the dark. All humans produce light through a process called bioluminescence. The light is 1,000 times less intense than what our naked eyes are capable of seeing, but highly sensitive cameras can detect it. You actually glow brightest in the late afternoon. Fact 44. The funny bone is not a bone at all. That tingly, painful sensation you get when you hit your elbow in just the right spot is caused by the ulnar nerve being compressed against the humerus bone. Fact 45. Every person has a completely unique smell, except for identical twins. This unique scent is determined by our genetics, diet, and the specific collection of microbes living on our skin. Fact 46. The appendix was long considered a useless, vestigial organ. However, recent research suggests it may function as a safe house for the good bacteria in your gut. During a gastrointestinal illness, these good microbes can hide out in the appendix and then repopulate the gut once you've recovered. Fact 47. When you blush, it's not just your cheeks that turn red. The lining of your stomach also blushes. This is due to the same release of adrenaline that makes your facial capillaries dilate. Fact 48. Your kidneys are masters of filtration. Every day, these two bean-shaped organs filter about 180 liters of blood, which is about 45 gallons. That means your entire blood supply, about 5 liters, gets filtered through your kidneys more than 36 times a day. Fact 49. Inside each kidney are about 1 million tiny filtering units called nephrons. If you were to unravel all the tiny tubules from the nephrons in both kidneys and lay them end to end, they would stretch for about 5 miles. Fact 50. Your bladder is a surprisingly accommodating organ. An adult bladder can comfortably hold about 16 ounces, or 2 cups, of fluid. It has special stretch receptors that send signals to your brain when it's getting full, and those signals get more and more insistent the longer you wait. Fact 51. The color of the fluid you excrete can be a useful, at-a-glance indicator of your hydration level. A pale, straw-like color generally suggests you are well hydrated, while darker shades can be a signal that you need to drink more water. Fact 52.
The hormone adrenaline can give you temporary superhuman ability.
During a fight or flight response, it floods your body, increasing your heart rate, boosting oxygen to your muscles, and even dulling your perception of pain. Stories of people lifting cars off loved ones in emergencies are extreme examples of this adrenaline surge. Fact 53. Your body produces and uses over 50 different types of hormones. These messengers control almost every aspect of your being, from your growth and metabolism to your mood and sleep cycles. They are the invisible conductors of your biological orchestra. Fact 54. Your brain contains a tiny pinecone-shaped gland called the pineal gland. For centuries, it was considered a mysterious third eye. We now know its main job is to produce melatonin, the hormone that regulates your sleep-wake cycles, essentially telling your body when it's time to power down for the night. Fact 55. Hormonal signals are much slower than nerve impulses, but their effects are often much longer lasting. A nerve impulse is like an instant message, delivering information in a fraction of a second. A hormonal signal is more like a broadcast announcement that circulates through the bloodstream, creating changes that can last for minutes, hours, or even days. Fact 56. A hormone called oxytocin is sometimes referred to as the bonding hormone. It's released during positive social interactions, like hugging or spending time with friends, and plays a crucial role in building feelings of trust, empathy, and social connection. Fact 57. Every single cell in your body contains a copy of your genetic code. If you were to take the DNA from just one cell and uncoil it, it would stretch out to be about 6 feet long. Fact 58. Now consider that you have trillions of cells. If you could take all the DNA from all the cells in your body and line it up, the resulting strand would be fantastically long. It would stretch from the Earth to the Sun and back hundreds of times. Fact 59. All humans are remarkably similar on a genetic level. You share 99.9% of your DNA with every other person on the planet. The tiny 0.1% difference is what accounts for all the wonderful diversity of humanity. Fact 60. Your genetic connection extends far beyond our own species. You share about 98% of your DNA with chimpanzees, about 90% with cats, 80% with cows, and even about 60% with a banana. Fact 61. For a long time, scientists referred to large portions of our DNA as junk DNA because they didn't seem to code for anything. We now know this was a huge misunderstanding. Much of this so-called junk DNA plays a critical role in regulating which genes get turned on and off, acting like the master software that runs the entire system. Fact 62. Your DNA contains genes that are not human in origin. About 8% of the human genome is made up of remnants of ancient viruses that infected our ancestors millions of years ago. These viral sequences became integrated into our genetic code and have been passed down through generations. Fact 63. Every single human on Earth, no matter how big or tall, started life as a single, solitary cell. From that one microscopic beginning, an entire universe of complexity was built. Fact 64. An average adult human is made up of an estimated 37 trillion cells. That is a number so vast it's hard to comprehend. Every one of those cells works in concert with the others to keep you alive and functioning. Fact 65. Your body is a non-stop construction site. Every day, your body produces billions of new cells to replace old or damaged ones. For example, your red blood cells are replaced at a rate that would build an entirely new fleet every 4 months. Fact 66. Children's bones are more flexible than adult bones because they have a higher proportion of collagen and less mineral content. This makes their bones less brittle and more likely to bend rather than break cleanly, which is often referred to as a green stick fracture. Fact 67. Your hair is one of the fastest growing tissues in your body. On average, hair grows about ½ an inch per month. The only thing that grows faster is your bone marrow. Fact 68. Fingernails grow faster than toenails. The nails on your dominant hand tend to grow slightly faster than those on your non-dominant hand, and they all grow faster in the summer than in the winter. The exact reasons are still being studied, but it's likely related to blood flow and sun exposure. Fact 69. By sheer cell count, you are more microbe than human. Scientists estimate that the number of bacterial, fungal, and other microbial cells in and on your body is roughly equal to, or even slightly greater than, the number of your own human cells. You are a superorganism. Fact 70. The collective weight of all the microbes in your gut is about 2 to 6 pounds. That means your personal collection of bacteria weighs more than your brain. This community is so complex and important it's often referred to as your second brain. Fact 71. This second brain in your gut communicates directly with the brain in your head. This gut-brain axis influences everything from your mood to your cravings. A significant portion of your body's serotonin, a key mood-regulating neurotransmitter, is produced in your gut. Fact 72. These microbial allies are not just passive passengers. They are essential for your survival. They help you digest food that your body cannot break down on its own. They produce essential vitamins like vitamin K and some B vitamins, and they train your immune system. Fact 73. Your immune system has a vast army of different white blood cells, each with a specialized role. Some are frontline soldiers, like phagocytes, which engulf and digest invaders. Others are intelligence officers that identify threats and create specific weapons. Fact 74. A fever is not a symptom of an illness, it's a weapon. When your body detects an infection, it can intentionally raise its internal temperature. This makes it a less hospitable environment for invading bacteria and viruses and can also speed up the activity of your immune cells. Fact 75. Your immune system has a long-term memory. Once it has defeated a specific pathogen, specialized memory cells remain in your system, sometimes for your entire life. If that same pathogen tries to invade again, these cells recognize it immediately and mount a swift and powerful counterattack, often neutralizing the threat before you even feel sick. Fact 76. Your body produces custom-made proteins called antibodies. When a new invader is detected, your immune system analyzes it and then designs an antibody specifically shaped to lock onto that one particular enemy, flagging it for destruction. It's like creating a unique key for every single lock. Fact 77. Sneezing and coughing are not just reflexes, they are powerful defense mechanisms. They are explosive ways for your body to physically expel unwanted intruders, like dust, pollen, or microbes, from your respiratory system. Fact 78. The single largest cell in the human body is the female egg, or ovum. It is about the diameter of a human hair and is one of the few human cells visible to the naked eye. In contrast, the male reproductive cell is the smallest cell in the human body. Fact 79. A healthy male produces millions of reproductive cells every single day. Over a lifetime, this number reaches into the trillions. It's an incredible display of biological potential. Fact 80. When a new human life is formed, it receives a precise half of its genetic blueprint from each parent. This combination of DNA creates a completely new, unique genetic code that has never existed before and will never exist again. Fact 81. For a brief period in early development, all human embryos possess the foundational structures that could develop along either of the two typical biological pathways. The subsequent development is guided by genetic signals that activate one set of instructions and deactivate the other. Fact 82. You spend approximately 1/3 of your entire life asleep. If you live to be 90 years old, that's a full 30 years spent in slumber. It is not wasted time, it is absolutely critical for your physical and mental health. Fact 83. During your most vivid dreaming phase, known as REM sleep, your body goes into a state of temporary paralysis. A part of your brainstem actively blocks signals from your brain to your muscles. This is a brilliant safety feature that prevents you from physically acting out your dreams. Fact 84. No one knows for sure why we dream, but there are many powerful theories. Some scientists believe dreaming helps us consolidate memories, moving important information from short-term to long-term storage. Others suggest it's a way for our brains to simulate threats and practice our responses in a safe environment. Fact 85. The brain is astonishingly active during sleep. During REM sleep, brain activity can be just as high, if not higher, than when you are fully awake. It is busy sorting information, performing cellular repairs, and clearing out waste products that build up during the day. Fact 86. That feeling of suddenly falling as you drift off to sleep is called a hypnic jerk. It's a common and harmless phenomenon. Scientists believe it might be an ancient reflex from our primate ancestors, who needed to ensure they were in a stable position before falling asleep in trees. Fact 87. Your height actually changes throughout the day. You are tallest right when you wake up in the morning. Throughout the day, gravity compresses the cartilage in your spine, making you slightly shorter by the time you go to bed. Sleep allows your spine to decompress. Fact 88. Your body has an internal 24-hour clock called the circadian rhythm. It's not just for sleep, it regulates hormone release, body temperature, and metabolism throughout the day. This is why jet lag can make you feel so completely out of sorts. Fact 89. Tears are not all the same. You produce 3 different types: basal tears that keep your eyes lubricated, reflex tears that flush out irritants like smoke or onion fumes, and emotional tears. Intriguingly, emotional tears have a different chemical composition and contain more stress hormones, suggesting that a good cry might be a way for the body to literally release stress. Fact 90. You are electric. Your entire nervous system runs on electricity. Every thought, every movement, and every heartbeat is driven by tiny electrical impulses. The electrical signal generated by your heart is so distinct that it can be measured on the surface of your skin using an electrocardiogram. Fact 91. You have a vestigial tail. At the bottom of your spine is the coccyx, or tailbone. It is made up of several fused vertebrae and is the remnant of a tail that our distant evolutionary ancestors once had. It now serves as an anchor point for several muscles and ligaments. Fact 92. Your ears are not just for hearing, they are your personal gyroscope. The inner ear contains a complex system of fluid-filled canals and tiny crystals called the vestibular system. As you move your head, the fluid sloshes around, telling your brain your exact position in space and allowing you to maintain your balance. Fact 93. You are a treasure chest of raw materials. The average adult body contains enough iron to make a 3-inch nail, enough sulfur to rid a dog of its fleas, enough carbon to make 900 pencils, and enough fat to make 7 bars of soap. Fact 94. Your brain contains special cells that allow you to feel empathy. These are called mirror neurons. They fire not only when you perform an action, but also when you see someone else perform that same action. They are the reason you might wince when you see someone get hurt. They are the biological foundation of our ability to connect with and understand others. Fact 95.
The sound of cracking your knuckles note the sound of bones grinding.
It is the sound of gas bubbles bursting. The fluid that lubricates your joints, called synovial fluid, contains dissolved gases. When you stretch the joint, you lower the pressure, allowing these gases to form a bubble, which then collapses with a pop. And no, it does not cause joint issues later in life. Fact 96. You can soothe a tickle in your throat by scratching your ear. There are nerves in the ear that, when stimulated, create a reflex in the throat that can cause a small muscle spasm, relieving the tickle. It's a strange but effective neurological trick. Fact 97. You are mostly water. About 60% of your body weight is water. It fills your cells, regulates your body temperature, and helps transport nutrients. Your brain and heart are composed of about 73% water, and your lungs are about 83% water. You are essentially a very complex, thinking, feeling puddle. Fact 98. You are in a constant state of atomic replacement. The atoms that make up your body are continually being swapped out for new ones from the food you eat and the air you breathe. Over a period of about 7 to 10 years, virtually every atom in your body will have been replaced. You are, quite literally, not the same person you were a decade ago. Fact 99. Your brain named itself. Think about that for a moment. The entire field of neuroscience, all the names for the different parts of the brain, all the understanding of how it works, was generated by the very organ it was studying. It is a lump of tissue that has achieved self-awareness and now spends its time trying to figure out its own secrets. Fact 100. The most complex known object in the entire universe is sitting right between your ears. With its hundreds of billions of neurons and trillions of connections, the human brain has more potential pathways than there are atoms in the known universe. It is a machine capable of composing symphonies, designing starships, asking questions about its own existence, and appreciating the wonder of 100 insane facts about itself. And so, our 100-fact journey through the incredible universe within you comes to an end. We've seen that you are a glowing, electric, self-healing marvel, a walking ecosystem of trillions, powered by a supercomputer that has more connections than there are stars in our galaxy. The most profound story is the one happening inside your own skin. But now, the conversation turns to you. Out of all these wonders, which fact truly astonished you the most? Was it the idea that your blood vessels could circle the earth twice, that your stomach lining also blushes, or that you have a unique tongue print? Drop your favorite fact in the comments below. We'd love to see which ones blew your mind. If this exploration made you appreciate the incredible machine you live in, show your support by giving this video a thumbs up. It lets us know you enjoyed this journey and want more content that unveils the secrets of our world. And to make sure you don't miss our next deep dive, hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. You won't want to miss where we're going next. Thank you for watching, and remember to stay curious.